The mysterious crash. In a vast and busy empire of stars, there was a small town known for its hardworking people and bustling space workshops. The town was part of a great empire that had grown from humble beginnings into a busy center of trade and industry. On a cool, clear night, the sky above the town shone with many bright stars. Most people were asleep, and the quiet streets were empty. But in a quiet corner near the space mechanic shop, something unusual was about to happen. Alex, a skilled mechanic known for his talent with both old and new technology, was closing his shop for the night. He was a kind man who had helped many people in the town fix their spaceships and other machines. That night, as he prepared to leave, he noticed a strange light in the sky. The light was not like the normal shine of the stars or the glow of a passing comet. It flickered and pulsed, as if it had a life of its own. Alex stopped for a moment and stared upward, wondering what could create such a light. Without warning, a loud noise filled the sky. The sound was like a mix of a distant thunder and the roar of a great engine. Alex's heart beat faster as he realized that something was falling from the sky. The strange object cut through the darkness and headed towards the ground. It moved quickly, leaving a trail of bright sparks behind it. The object crashed in a field on the edge of the town. The impact shook the ground, and a small cloud of dust rose into the cool night air. Alex quickly ran out of his shop, curiosity strong in his heart. The sound of the crash and the strange light had filled him with a sense of urgency. As he approached the field, he saw a bright glow coming from the crash site. The area around the impact was silent now, except for the soft sound of the wind rustling through the grass. Alex's eyes widened when he saw the wreckage. There was a broken piece of metal, twisted and smoking, and strange marks burned into the ground where the object had hit. The people in the town had never seen anything like it. Rumors had long whispered of alien ships and faraway worlds, but most dismissed these tales as stories for children. Yet here was clear evidence that something from the stars had come crashing down near their homes. Alex knelt beside the broken metal. He gently brushed away some of the dust and soot with his hands. Even though he was a man of science and machines, he felt a chill of mystery in his heart. What had fallen from the sky? Was it a lost ship from a far-off planet, or something else entirely? In the glow of the crash site, Alex noticed more details. There were markings on the metal that he did not recognize. They were not like the numbers or letters he saw on the spaceships he worked on every day. These marks were strange symbols, etched deeply into the metal. He could not tell if they were a warning, a message, or simply a form of art from a distant star system. The sight of these symbols filled him with wonder. The night air felt heavy, as if the universe itself was holding its breath. As the minutes passed, the silence deepened. The mysterious object, though broken and damaged, seemed to carry a secret. Alex carefully stepped back and looked around. The field was empty, and there was no sign of anyone else. The only sound was the gentle whisper of the wind and the soft crackling of the cooling metal. The crash was a sign, a message from the great unknown beyond the stars. Alex felt that this event was just the beginning of something much larger than he could understand. He decided then to gather what he could from the crash site. With careful hands, Alex picked up small pieces of metal and fragments that still glowed with a faint otherworldly light. He placed them in a small bag, planning to study them later in his workshop. As he worked, he looked up at the night sky, which now seemed even more vast and mysterious than before. The stars, once distant and unchanging, now spoke of a story waiting to be told, a story of aliens, secrets, and a brave human who was about to change his world. Alex left the crash site with a heavy heart and a mind full of questions. He did not know what he had found or what dangers it might bring. Yet he felt a deep sense of duty to uncover the truth behind the mysterious crash. In that quiet night, under a sky full of stars, the seed of a great adventure was planted. The empire that had grown from the hard work of its people was about to witness a tale that would change everything. And so, The night ended with mystery and promise, leaving the people of the town unaware of the incredible events that were about to unfold. The unexpected discovery. The next morning, as the soft glow of dawn spread over the Empire's town, Alex returned to the crash site. The first light of day revealed more details that had been hidden by the darkness of night. The field, once filled with eerie silence, now held whispers of a mystery waiting to be unraveled. With each step, Alex felt a mix of caution and excitement. He knew that the strange event from the night before was only the beginning. Alex approached the wreckage slowly, his eyes scanning every broken piece and scorch mark. The twisted metal and scattered debris told a story of a journey from beyond the stars. A journey that ended abruptly here, on this quiet field. He remembered the unusual symbols he had seen the previous night, and now, in the gentle light, they looked even more mysterious. They were unlike anything he had ever encountered, etched deeply into the metal as if by a hand from another world. While carefully examining the wreckage, Alex noticed a soft, rhythmic sound coming from behind a heap of broken metal panels. His heart began to beat faster as he moved closer, each step filled with cautious determination. There, tucked away in a small depression on the ground, lay a creature that looked both fragile and out of place. It was a baby dragon, but not like any dragon from the old legends. Its scales were a pale, almost glowing white, and its eyes were wide with a mix of fear and curiosity. The creature was small, no larger than a common house cat, yet its presence radiated an aura of ancient wonder. It lay curled up, as if trying to hide from the unknown dangers of its new surroundings. Alex knelt down slowly, careful not to startle the delicate animal. He spoke in a soft, soothing tone, hoping to ease the creature's fear. "It's okay, little one," he whispered, his voice gentle and kind. The baby dragon's eyes flickered with a hint of recognition, as if it understood that Alex meant no harm. For a long moment, both the human and the creature studied each other in silence. Alex could not help but notice that the baby dragon, though abandoned and frightened, had a spark of life that shone through its pale scales. It was as if the creature held within it a secret power, something that had drawn the attention of the mysterious aliens who had left it behind. The sight filled Alex with both wonder and a deep concern. If the aliens had a reason for abandoning this creature, what could that reason be? Slowly, Alex reached out his hand toward the baby dragon. His hand trembled slightly, not just from the cool morning air, but from the weight of the discovery. The baby dragon, hesitant at first, took a cautious step forward. Its tiny claws brushed against Alex's skin, and in that moment, an unspoken bond began to form between them. It was a bond built on mutual trust and the shared mystery of its origin. Alex carefully lifted the creature, wrapping it in a soft cloth he always kept in his workshop for delicate repairs. As he held the baby dragon close, he noticed that despite its fragile appearance, it emitted a soft, warm glow, a glow that pulsed in time with its heartbeat. This was no ordinary animal. It was a living link to the far reaches of space, a connection to a world beyond the Empire's understanding. With the baby dragon secure, Alex decided that he needed to learn more about this extraordinary find. He planned to take the creature back to his workshop, where he could study it in a safe, controlled environment. But as he began the journey back, he felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. He was no longer just a mechanic. He was now the keeper of a secret that could change everything. On his way back through the quiet streets of the town, Alex could not shake the feeling that he was being watched. Every shadow and every sound seemed to carry a hint of the unknown, a reminder that the mystery of the crash was far from over. He wondered if the aliens might return, or if someone else would come looking for the creature. His thoughts were interrupted only by the steady, gentle breathing of the baby dragon nestled safely in his arms. By the time Alex reached his workshop, the day was in full bloom. The workshop, usually filled with the clatter of tools and the hum of machines, now seemed to hold a sacred silence. Alex carefully placed the baby dragon on a soft cloth, and he began to document every detail of its appearance. He sketched the creature's form, noting the color of its scales and the curious shape of its eyes. He also retrieved the small pieces of alien metal and symbols he had collected from the crash site, planning to compare them with the creature's features. As the day wore on, Alex's mind was filled with questions. What was the purpose of this abandoned creature? Why had the aliens left it behind? And what did its presence mean for the Empire? The more he studied the baby dragon, the more he felt that it held the key to a much larger mystery, one that could affect the fate of his world. In that quiet workshop, surrounded by tools and remnants of a mysterious crash, Alex began to realize that his life was about to change. The unexpected discovery of the baby dragon was a sign, a spark that would ignite a chain of events leading to challenges, adventures, and perhaps even a new hope for the Empire. With each new observation, the mystery deepened, leaving Alex determined to uncover the truth behind this alien encounter and the fate of the abandoned creature. Thus, as the sun climbed higher in the sky, a new chapter in Alex's life began. The baby dragon, small and delicate, had already carved a place in his heart, and its mysterious glow promised that many secrets were yet to be revealed. The abandoned secret. Later that day, after Alex had carefully examined the baby dragon, he returned to the crash site to search for more clues. The morning light had faded, and a soft dusk was settling over the land. The field, still marked by the strange crash, held secrets that whispered from every broken metal and scorched patch of ground. Alex felt that there was a hidden story behind the symbols he had seen, and he was determined to learn what they meant. Alex walked slowly back to the field, carrying a small tool kit and a notebook. He wanted to gather every piece of evidence left behind. When he reached the crash site, he carefully studied the area where the strange marks were burned into the earth. The symbols were not random marks. They seemed to form a pattern, almost like a message. Alex knelt down and traced one of the symbols with his finger. The lines were smooth and deep, as if made by a tool far more advanced than anything he had ever seen. He picked up a piece of metal from the debris. It was different from the rest. The metal was unusually light and still warm from the crash. On its surface, the same symbols were etched, glowing faintly in the dim light. Alex's mind raced with possibilities. He thought about the aliens who had crashed their ship here. Could they have left these symbols on purpose? Had they abandoned something important? The questions grew larger with each passing moment. Alex decided to record every detail. He took photos of the symbols with his simple camera and noted down every observation in his notebook. He wrote in clear, simple words, strange symbols found on metal. Possibly a message. Alien craft left behind secret signs. He repeated these notes, knowing that every detail could be the key to unlocking the mystery. As he worked, Alex discovered a small compartment hidden under some twisted metal beams. It was not immediately obvious to the eye, and he had to remove several fragments to reveal it. Inside the compartment was a small data chip, wrapped in a thin, transparent sheet. The chip was engraved with the same mysterious symbols. This discovery made Alex's heart pound faster. The chip could hold data or a message from the aliens, explaining why they had left the baby dragon behind. The idea that this tiny object could reveal the secret behind the entire crash filled him with both excitement and worry. Alex carefully placed the data chip into a protective case he always kept for rare finds. With the chip secure, he returned his attention to the rest of the crash site. The more he looked, the more he became convinced that this was not a simple accident. The crash was a deliberate act. The alien ship or object had been meant to leave something behind, a secret that only a careful eye could understand. That evening, Alex sat on a small hill overlooking the field. He could see the faint glow of the crash site in the distance. The symbols on the ground and on the metal pieces seemed to tell him a story of abandonment. In his mind, he pieced together a simple idea. The aliens had come, left behind a message or a key, and then departed without a trace. The baby dragon was not just an accident of fate, it was part of a larger plan. As the night grew deeper, Alex recalled old tales told by the elders of the town. They spoke of ancient aliens and forgotten technologies that could change the course of history. Though these stories had once sounded like mere myths, now they resonated with a strange truth in his heart. The symbols, the warm metal, and the gentle glow of the baby dragon all hinted at a connection with those ancient legends. Alex's heart pounded as he examined the site. He picked up a small, oddly shaped tool left behind among the wreckage. It was not like the data chip or the device he had found earlier. This tool seemed to be part of a larger machine. Its design was simple yet precise, suggesting that it had been made by beings with advanced skills in technology. The tool was a clear sign that the aliens were preparing to return, perhaps to fix their damaged craft or to take back the secret power hidden within the baby dragon. Back at his workshop, Alex sat at his workbench under the soft glow of a single lamp. He opened his notebook and carefully reviewed his notes, his hands trembling as he read about the alien mission and the warning signs of an impending return. With each detail, the danger became more real. The aliens were not only interested in the power of the baby dragon, they wanted to control it, and they might not hesitate to use force to get it. Alex knew that he must protect the creature at all costs. In his heart, he believed that the baby dragon was meant to be a symbol of hope and change for the Empire, not a tool for destruction. But the threat was growing, and the weight of responsibility pressed heavily on his shoulders. The simple life he had known was now replaced with a sense of urgency and danger that reached far beyond his small workshop. In the days that followed, strange events began to occur in the town. People reported hearing low, humming sounds in the night, and some even saw fleeting shadows near the outskirts of the Empire. These events coincided with the signs of alien activity that Alex had uncovered. It seemed that the aliens were making their presence felt, testing the boundaries of the Empire, and preparing for something greater. Alex decided that it was time to take action. He reached out to a few trusted friends in town, people who had helped him in the past with repairs and small projects, and explained the situation in simple, clear words. Although many found it hard to believe that aliens would return, Alex's careful notes and the strange objects he had collected convinced them that there was real danger. Together, they formed a small group to watch over the crash site and to guard the baby dragon. They set up a simple lookout, keeping watch day and night for any signs of unusual activity. The town grew tense with anticipation. Every shadow, every sound, seemed to whisper the promise of an impending confrontation. Late one night, as the group sat quietly in a hidden spot near the field, a distant rumble disturbed the calm. The ground trembled, and the sound of heavy machinery echoed faintly in the distance. In the dark sky above, a new light appeared, one that moved slowly and steadily toward the town. Alex's heart sank as he realized that the time had come. The aliens were on their way. With a deep breath, Alex gathered his group and prepared for the unknown. He took the baby dragon into his arms, feeling its warm pulse and the power hidden within its tiny body. In that moment, Alex vowed that he would protect the creature and stand against any threat that came to his home. The simple, quiet life of the Empire was about to change, and every person in town would soon learn that courage and hope could be found even in the darkest hours. The night was filled with tension as they waited, every minute stretching out with uncertainty. The aliens had left behind a message, and now, the return of their craft brought not just fear, but also the possibility of unlocking a great secret. Alex and his friends stood ready, determined to face the coming danger, and to protect the spark of hope that the baby dragon represented. In the silence before the storm, the Empire held its breath, and Alex's resolve grew stronger. The threat was real, but so was his determination. As the new alien light approached, every heart in the town beat with a mixture of fear and defiance, preparing for the challenge that would test the strength of both human spirit and the mysterious power of an abandoned yet extraordinary creature. resolution, and a new beginning. As the alien craft's light grew nearer in the dark sky, the town braced itself for the coming storm. Alex and his small band of trusted friends huddled near the makeshift lookout, hearts pounding in unison. The gentle hum of the approaching craft filled the air, blending with the rustle of leaves and the soft murmurs of anxious townspeople. In that tense moment, Alex cradled the baby dragon close, feeling the warmth and subtle power that pulsed within its tiny body. In that moment, Alex understood that the baby dragon was not merely a mysterious remnant of an alien crash. It was a living symbol of hope and renewal. The creature had been abandoned by its creators, left to fend for itself in a strange world. Yet here it was, growing stronger with every passing day under Alex's care. The human mechanic began to feel that their meeting was not random, but a part of a greater plan. Perhaps the dragon's arrival was meant to change his fate, to lead him on a journey that would alter the future of the Empire. As the weeks went by, the bond between the two became unbreakable. Alex built a small enclosure in his workshop, lined with soft materials to keep the dragon comfortable. He learned how to tend to its needs and how to soothe its fears. When the dragon flapped its tiny wings, a clumsy, endearing attempt at flight, Alex cheered softly, feeling that each small success was a victory for them both. In return, the dragon's presence filled Alex's days with a renewed sense of purpose and joy. At night, when the Empire was quiet and the stars shone brightly overhead, Alex often sat beside the dragon and looked up at the endless sky. He wondered about the aliens who had left the creature behind and about the mysterious symbols that still haunted his thoughts. Yet, in the calm companionship of the baby dragon, Alex found comfort. Together, they were a small beacon of hope in a vast and unpredictable universe. In simple moments of shared silence, a powerful truth began to emerge. The bond between Alex and the baby dragon was more than friendship. It was a connection that bridged two very different worlds: a human world of hard work and simple dreams, and an alien legacy filled with secrets and ancient power. As the light of day turned into the soft glow of twilight, both Alex and the baby dragon knew that they had found something precious in each other, a reason to face the mysteries of the universe with courage and love. Thus, in the quiet corners of a busy workshop and a peaceful garden, the unspoken promise of a new beginning was forged. Alex and his little dragon stood together, ready to uncover more secrets, to face any challenge that might come, and to share a bond that would light their way in the darkness of the unknown. Uncovering the alien plot. One crisp morning, after several days of careful observation and gentle care for the baby dragon, Alex returned to his workshop with a sense of determination. The strange symbols, the glowing metal pieces, and the mysterious data chip all whispered secrets that had yet to be told. Now the mechanic felt that the time had come to unlock more of the mystery hidden in these alien clues. Alex sat at his workbench with the data chip in front of him and a simple computer by his side. Using his basic tools and a few old programs, he slowly began to scan the chip. The screen flickered as lines of strange code appeared, mixed with images and symbols that he recognized from the crash site. With each passing minute, more details emerged, records of a long journey across the stars, a message about a lost civilization, and hints that the baby dragon was no accident at all. The data revealed that the alien craft had been sent on a mission. The aliens had been on a search for a powerful secret, something that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. However, their mission had gone wrong. In a sudden act of panic, or perhaps a careful plan, they had left behind one of their most important creations, a small, fragile creature that carried within it the key to their secret plan. The chip's record spoke of a hidden message that pointed to a great danger, one that might soon return. As Alex read the data, his mind raced with questions. Who were these aliens really? What was the secret that they were trying to hide? And why did the mission end in such a dramatic crash? The more he learned, the more he felt that the baby dragon was connected to something larger than himself. It was not only a symbol of hope, but also a living part of a dangerous plot that might threaten the entire empire. Alex decided to visit the crash site one more time to look for more clues. He believed that if he could find a second piece of the puzzle, he would better understand the aliens' plans. With the data chip safely stored in his pocket and the baby dragon resting in a small travel case, he set out under the bright midday sun. The field where the spaceship had fallen was quiet and still, almost as if time itself had paused to watch his progress. At the crash site, Alex carefully retraced his steps. He examined every mark on the ground, every piece of metal, and every symbol etched into the scorched earth. In one corner of the debris, he discovered a small container hidden beneath twisted metal beams. Inside, there was another fragment of alien technology, a tiny device that seemed to hold a map. The map showed distant stars and strange markings that Alex suspected were coordinates to a place far away, perhaps even the homeworld of the aliens. This discovery made Alex's heart pound faster. The map and the data chip together formed a part of a message, a clue to the alien plan. He took careful notes and made sketches of the map's details, determined to decode its meaning later. The thought of the aliens returning to claim what they had lost was both frightening and exciting. It was clear that the crash had been no random accident, but a part of a grand secret design. Returning to his workshop, Alex studied the new device alongside the data chip. Using simple language and clear diagrams, he began to piece together the puzzle. The device suggested that the baby dragon held a unique energy, a kind of power that the aliens needed to complete their mission. It was as if the creature was a living battery, charged with a mysterious force that could unlock ancient technology or even change the fate of entire worlds. The more Alex learned, the more he felt a sense of responsibility. The baby dragon was in his care, and with it came the burden of protecting a secret that many might not understand. He knew that if the aliens discovered that he had uncovered their plan, they might come back with force. Yet he also saw that the power inside the dragon could be a force for good, a way to protect his people and bring hope to the empire. As night fell and the stars reappeared overhead, Alex sat at his workbench, his eyes fixed on the tiny device and the data chip. He scribbled notes, drawing connections between the alien symbols and the coordinates on the map. Simple words filled his notebook, each sentence building the story of a lost civilization, a desperate mission, and the unlikely role that a human mechanic and a small, abandoned dragon would play in a larger galactic drama. In the quiet of his workshop, Alex made a firm decision. He would protect the baby dragon and use the clues he had gathered to uncover the full truth behind the alien plot. The more he understood, the better he could prepare for the challenges ahead. There was a danger in keeping the secret, but also a great promise of discovery and change. With a determined look in his eyes, Alex whispered to himself, "I will find the truth. I will keep you safe, little one." The baby dragon, resting calmly on a soft cloth, seemed to glow brighter in response, as if it too shared his resolve. Together, they were now part of a story that stretched beyond the limits of the known empire, a story of mystery, adventure, and the promise of a new beginning. The threat emerges. A few days after Alex pieced together the clues, a feeling of unease grew in the empire. Alex had spent long hours studying the alien data and the mysterious map, and he now knew that the situation was more serious than he first thought. The clues pointed to an imminent danger. The aliens might return soon to reclaim what they had left behind. One cool morning, as the first rays of sunlight broke over the town, Alex noticed something unusual. A few local farmers saw a strange, dark shape in the sky. It moved slowly, almost silently, and then vanished behind the hills. Word spread quickly among the townspeople. There was talk of another alien craft, similar to the one that had crashed, hovering above the empire. The whispers of an approaching threat sent shivers down Alex's spine. Alex gathered his tools, and the baby dragon, who was now more lively than before, with a glow that pulsed softly. He knew he must act fast. The little creature was more than just a living secret. It held a power that the aliens wanted. If they returned, they would come with force, and Alex feared for the safety of his town and the entire empire. As Alex made his way back to the crash site to search for any more clues that might help him understand the danger, he noticed signs of recent activity. There were fresh scorch marks on the ground, and some of the alien symbols that he had carefully documented the day before were partly erased, as if someone had tried to hide them. The evidence made it clear someone or something had been here again, and it was not a natural event. Alex's thoughts were interrupted by a sudden breeze that swept across the field. In that quiet moment, he felt as if the secrets of the universe were trying to speak to him. The wind seemed to carry whispers of lost worlds and unseen dangers. He closed his eyes and listened, letting the sound of the night guide his thoughts. There was a deep, almost sacred silence, broken only by the rustling leaves and his own soft breathing. In that silence, Alex made a simple promise to himself. He vowed to uncover the truth behind the abandoned alien craft, to decipher the symbols, and to understand the secret that had been left for him. He knew that this journey would not be easy. There were many unknowns, and the path ahead might be filled with danger and doubt. Yet, the call of the mysterious secret was stronger than his fear. With the data chip safely hidden and his notes in hand, Alex rose from the hill. The night had deepened, and the stars shone brightly overhead, as if cheering him on. He walked back toward his workshop, each step echoing his determination. In his heart, Alex believed that the secret of the alien symbols was the key to a greater destiny, not only for him, but for the whole empire. Thus, the abandoned secret began to reveal itself in small, silent clues. Each mark and each piece of metal told a part of the story, and Alex was ready to listen. In the cool, dark night, under a sky full of countless stars, the mystery of the aliens and the baby dragon grew deeper, setting the stage for the adventures yet to come. A bond forms. The next day, the soft light of morning filled Alex's workshop with warmth and promise. After carefully studying the data chip and the mysterious symbols, Alex turned his full attention to the baby dragon, resting in a small, cushioned corner of his workspace. The creature, still small and fragile, looked up at him with bright, curious eyes. Though it had been frightened by the crash and the unknown surroundings, there was a calm in its gaze that spoke of hidden strength and gentle spirit. Alex gently approached the baby dragon, keeping his voice soft and steady. He remembered the moment from the previous night when the dragon had cautiously reached out to him, forming an unspoken bond. Now, in the quiet of the workshop, that bond began to grow. Alex placed his hand near the creature, and with a slow, deliberate motion, allowed the baby dragon to come closer. The dragon's tiny claws touched his palm lightly, as if testing the warmth and safety of his touch. A feeling of trust began to blossom between them. Every day, Alex made sure to care for the creature with gentle routines. He would prepare a small dish of food, placing it near the dragon so it could eat at its own pace. The creature's pale, glowing scales seemed to brighten with every act of kindness, and its eyes shone with gratitude. Although Alex was a skilled mechanic, he had never cared for a living being like this before, and the experience filled him with both wonder and responsibility. As the days passed, the bond between Alex and the baby dragon deepened. In the quiet moments of the early morning and late afternoon, the two would sit together. Alex would work on repairing small parts of his workshop, while the dragon curled up beside him, occasionally letting out a soft, contented chirp. These moments of peace allowed both of them to feel safe in a world that had suddenly grown much larger and more mysterious. Alex began to notice small changes in the baby dragon. When the creature looked at him, there was a growing familiarity in its eyes, a sign that it was beginning to understand that Alex was his protector. During the long hours of work, Alex found himself speaking softly to the dragon about his thoughts and dreams. He told it about his life in the Empire, his hope for a peaceful future, and the mysteries he still wished to solve. Though the baby dragon could not speak, its gentle responses, small nods of its head, A slight tilt of its body seemed to say that it was listening and learning. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky with streaks of orange and pink, Alex decided to take the baby dragon outside. The cool evening air was filled with the scent of grass and distant flowers, and the soft sounds of the Empire's life at rest. In a quiet, secluded garden behind his workshop, Alex sat on a wooden bench and let the dragon explore the soft ground. The creature walked slowly, its little steps tentative at first, then more confident as it realized the garden was safe. Alex watched as the baby dragon paused to sniff at a small blossom, its eyes lighting up with innocent wonder. The alien craft, sleek and silent, descended slowly onto the outskirts of the town. Its smooth surface shimmered under the stars, and beams of light scanned the ground below. For a long, agonizing minute, nothing happened. Then, a door on the craft opened, and a group of aliens emerged. Their movements were deliberate but not aggressive, as if they had come with a specific purpose rather than a desire for conflict. Alex stepped forward, his heart filled with both courage and uncertainty. He raised his hand in a simple greeting, a silent plea for peace. The aliens paused and exchanged quiet signals among themselves, their eyes fixed on the baby dragon and the small group gathered. In that charged moment, the tension in the air shifted from fear to a cautious hope. The aliens seemed to be searching for something rather than attacking without reason. One of the aliens, distinguished by a small insignia glowing on its chest, stepped closer. With calm gestures and soft sounds that Alex struggled to understand, it communicated that their mission was not to harm the town but to recover what they had lost. The insignia matched the symbols Alex had found on the wreckage and the data chip. It was clear now. The baby dragon was far more than a mere creature. It was the key to an ancient power and knowledge that the aliens had been seeking. Realizing that both sides had much to lose, Alex suggested a simple truce. He carefully placed the baby dragon on a flat stone between him and the aliens. With gentle eyes, he looked at the creature, then at the alien leader, and spoke in clear, simple words. "We both want to protect what is precious. Let us find a way together." His voice, steady and sincere, cut through the night silence. The aliens listened, and the leader nodded slowly, a gesture of agreement that resonated deeply with everyone present. Over the next several hours, a careful dialogue began. Alex and his friends shared what little they understood from the alien data, the map, and the symbols etched on the metal fragments. The aliens, using their own words and gestures, explained that their race had once traveled the stars in search of a source of energy that could heal worlds. The baby dragon had been created as part of that plan, a living vessel to store and release the ancient energy when needed. However, their mission had faltered, and in their haste, they had abandoned the creature on this planet. As the conversation unfolded, it became clear that the alien race was not driven by a desire to conquer or destroy, but by a need to restore balance to a universe in turmoil. The baby dragon, with its gentle glow and quiet power, was meant to be a beacon of hope. In return, Alex offered the help of his community. Though simple and untrained in alien matters, the people of the town had hearts full of courage and a willingness to learn. Together, they could create a safe haven for the dragon, a place where its mysterious power could be nurtured rather than feared. With the agreement reached, the alien leader activated a small device from its suit. The device projected a soft light that merged with the glow of the baby dragon. The merging lights danced in the air, painting images of distant worlds and ancient histories across the night sky. In that moment, the lines between human and alien blurred, replaced by a shared vision of hope and healing. The energy from the baby dragon began to stabilize, creating a warm, pulsating aura that seemed to bless the land around them. As dawn approached, the alien craft slowly retracted, leaving behind a sense of calm and unity. The aliens had not taken the dragon, but had agreed to help care for it until the time was right to unlock its full potential. In the quiet hours before sunrise, Alex and his community felt a deep change within themselves. They had faced a threat, found common ground with beings from another world, and taken the first step toward a future where fear and division would give way to cooperation and growth. In the weeks that followed, the town transformed. The once quiet streets now buzzed with a cautious optimism. The baby dragon, under the joint care of Alex and the alien visitors who occasionally returned to check on its progress, grew stronger each day. Its energy began to heal small wounds in the land, sparking new life in places that had long been barren. The people learned more about the ancient technology hidden within the dragon, and slowly the story of the crash, the secret symbols, and the newfound bond between humans and aliens became a legend of hope. Alex looked up at the clear blue sky, remembering that night of tension and wonder. He knew that challenges still lay ahead, but he also believed that a new beginning had dawned, one where trust, understanding, and shared purpose could light the path forward. In the gentle light of a new day, the Empire found itself ready to embrace change, united by a bond that transcended worlds and species. The baby dragon, once abandoned and forgotten, now shone as a symbol of a future filled with promise, a future where the simple act of caring could bridge even the vast distances of the cosmos.